Stranger Things 5, Volume 1. There's a lot to unpack, including some memorabilia that we were actually able to find, produced by Jazzwares. So tune in as we give our reviews.
It's season 5 and Hawkins is still in shambles. So we got Eleven and Will trying to infiltrate a military base in the Upside Down. Will and his friends trying to rescue children who are supposed to be sacrificed by Demogorgon, and
We also have Holly, who's now become a central character. She again is the sister of Mike and Nancy. She was actually lured by Mr. Whatsit, aka Henry, into his actual mind and is trapped there currently, but was able to actually find Max, who was thought to be dead, is now actually living also within the mind of Henry.
was she thought to be dead or is she in a coma?
Well, she's actually in a coma.
Okay. It's crazy how they have that song still playing from
Yep.
season 4. It brings a sense of attachment to the song and the singer to bring Max back to the real world. I thought that was a cool connection between season 4 and season 5.
That's right. No, I think it's really cool how they were able to put that together. Also, what happened is, as Sheldon was saying, Hopper and Eleven were actually able to infiltrate the underground Upside Down base, and in that base, they were trying to find a secret weapon that the military was actually trying to hide, and they actually end up finding Eleven's so quote unquote sister, Gali Prasad, which I found was super cool because guess what our last name is?
Hey, how'd you feel about the reveal?
I thought it was really cool. I know in season 2, I believe, is when they revealed Gali.
2 or 3 or something. Yeah.
I mean that whole arc there, I wasn't super like into, but now looking back at it, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Now she used that secret weapon that they had hidden in the underground military base, and I thought this was cool. I'm like, whoa, that's cool. And like I said, she shares the same last name as us.
So when when Hopper comes out and he just kind of chucks the remote control at Eleven,
Yep.
and he had that reaction. That's the same reaction I had when I saw her as like the central source of energy.
That's right.
Even though it is super genius, it puts the story very well together. I was expecting like one to be in there, so for her to be in there, I was like,
Well, I mean, one is
Vecna.
Vecna.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
again, spoiler alert. He is the reason why most children, such as Eleven and Gali, have their powers because of the blood, I believe, that was kind of transfused during the MK Ultra experimentation, along with obviously their moms being pregnant during the actual experimentation. But yeah, no, I mean, the thing about number 1 being Henry Creel and then eventually being Vecna, he to me seems like a character that kind of reminds me a little bit of Voldemort.
Oh man, I was just thinking that as you're saying. I'm like, he's gonna say Voldemort. Okay, why is that?
Because like he's very vengeful, and we're gonna have to go deeper obviously into the actual storyline to figure out what happened to him. I mean, there is a backstory. There was actually a play that is also actually technically canon that they were able to produce, and in there you find out that he actually went to school with Hopper and with Winona Ryder's character Joyce. Again, she's from the Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice movies as well. So he actually went to school with all of these people. So it's kind of a nice little backstory.
And it's good that they'll tie them into the story that way, that there's a sense of connection, right?
That's right.
Clearly they're going to be big characters in the finale.
That's right. I think they did a really good job in Volume 1, Season 5, and I'm really looking forward to Volume 2. Do you think it's going to end at Volume 2?
You know, the thing about Stranger Things is it's Netflix's flagship show.
Yes.
Like, Netflix is Stranger Things. That was the show that really brought
Put them on the map?
Put them on the map. It made them its mainstream type of, you have to view this type of thing, right? They might drag it out to season 6. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. The reason why I ask is there's been a plethora, a multitude of other series that by the time they get to the season finale, it just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit that mark. And with Stranger Things being such an iconic series that has spanned over a decade, my hope is that if they do end it at volume 2, it's on a high note, and it's an ending that we all enjoy. hopefully don't expect, but also one, like I
It
said, that
doesn't
we
have to
enjoy.
be like deep and depressing. Like it
Yeah.
can be like a happy note, right? Like,
Yeah.
These guys end up living the rest of their lives like very nicely. But you know, like that's so unexpected nowadays.
It is a little bit of a shame that the main crew's goal, in order to protect the children of Hawkins that were left in the military base, was actually foiled by Vecna. My favorite part about that arc, however, is I believe his name is Derek.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my favorite character of this season. I think it was his attitude, his abrasiveness, but his ability to think very quickly in order to try to expedite the plans and try to move forward with whatever it is that they wanted to do to try and protect the children by taking them into the bathrooms and then into one of the stalls, further down into the underground. Unfortunately, it was foiled by the Demigorgon. They were able to infiltrate the military base in Hawkins, and Vecna came and then unfortunately took the lives of all of the military personnel. The kids were able to somewhat escape, but then were unfortunately pursued by other Demigorgon and were just about to get killed until
Will.
when there's a will, there's a way. He was able to go Super Saiyan mode and then was able to at least have the Demigorgon destroyed before they were about to kill his friends. Unfortunately, a result of that prior was that the children, I believe there's 8 children that Vecna was after, and was able to kidnap all of them, and obviously bring him, maybe I would assume, to the same
Place the other children.
the same place that Holly is trapped in as well, and Max is currently. So I would assume that they're probably going to be in those same in that same environment going into Volume 2.
Yeah, I'm glad that Will got these powers because like through the entire show, they do him so dirty, right? Like he just suffers his whole life, and then now he got these powers. So I'm glad they had a big coming out for him, which was great.
Very good. So I got 2 questions for you, however.
Oh, okay.
One, they never really answered throughout all 5 seasons so far who it was that actually unlocked the door when Will was actually first getting captured by the Demigorgon. They never really captured like who actually unlocked that door. So do you think they'll actually reveal who that is? Because it's someone that obviously has some sort of psychic powers. And I believe, from what I understand, the creators were able to confirm that it wasn't Vecna.
Oh man, honestly, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
So I wonder if they'll reveal it during Volume 2.
I originally thought like it was kind of like a spooky thing that the Demigorgon could have done.
They don't have those kind of powers, I don't think, though.
Don't. Now that I think about it, they're just monsters. I don't know. It could have been someone from the future.
Okay, yeah.
Trying to make sure that things pan out this way, so at the end of the day, Vecna gets defeated.
Gets defeated.
Because if Will never had that Demigorgon capture him, the story could have played out a different way. Now we're getting to the point where, because of all this, and because Will has such a strong connection to the Upside Down, he's able to use those same powers that Eleven and Vecna have, right? Now, I'm not sure it's because he is so close to Vecna as a whole, or he has such a close relationship now with the Upside Down.
That's right.
Right.
I think it's probably a combination of both.
What was the second question? That blew my mind.
Yeah. Second question is, who do you think ends up with Nancy? Do you think it's going to be Jonathan, or do you think it's going to be Mr. Steve?
Man, Steve, dude. Steve can pull anyone he wants, man. He's my favorite character in the show. I think he'll do better than Nancy. You know, let the other guy have her.
The other guy being Jonathan, who I think is, he had his trials and tribulations, but he's coming around.
Yeah, he's the guy who tries his best.
He tries his best.
Right.
I mean, and the one thing about it, yeah, he had some weird instances in the show, but what I really enjoyed seeing throughout the seasons is something that I obviously relate to, and him being such a good older brother to Will.
Yep, he is.
And that's something that I see in myself, with Sheldon. So
and they probably have the same age gap or so too.
Possibly, yeah, that's right. So you never know. I'm not rooting for anybody specific, but
I mean, do they both want her right now?
They do, yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they
part.
do. They're both kind of competing for her in a sense. I think in the end it'll probably be Jonathan because
I think it'll be Jonathan. Yeah.
they built such a trust and such a relationship throughout the
It would
series.
just be weird if all this happened and she just ends up with Steve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, how did you feel about some comparisons I'm seeing online of Will compared to Harry Potter?
Oh.
Because when Vecna pulls him closer to speak with him, it's kind of a callback to Harry Potter, to Voldemort. They had that same kind of clash,
Yeah.
and then he kind of spared him at the end, just like Voldemort kind of did. When Harry and Will were kind of at their weakest.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Harry and Voldemort are also interlinked, right?
Exactly. That's kind of why I bring
That's
up
probably
these
it.
parallels.
Then that probably answers one of the other questions is that Will and Vecna are probably interlinked. Their minds are probably together.
Well, they are. They even showed it in the very beginning of the
Oh, yeah?
season.
Well, yeah. If you're gonna put it like that, then yeah, I can see why that people will build that connection.
Even when he becomes like Super Saiyan and his eyes go gray, like his hair is
What's Super Saiyan doing? Just people lose their eyes.
his hair it changes from the
Oh,
bowl
yeah,
cut,
yeah, yeah.
and now he actually has a really cool haircut.
Yeah. How do you feel about the season as a whole? What about that?
I do have to say, like, it's only 4 episodes in, but I do have to say, I think it's so far, if it's going in the right direction, I would say it's probably my favorite season.
Originally, when I first started it, because it came out when I was quite young, season 1, it was more of like a sci-fi comedy, a little bit of, some scary elements. And when I first started season 5, I'm like, oh my god, everyone's dying, and it's so sad, and it's not funny. And I think they set that all up so they can set up the rest of the episodes to be so entertaining. And by the time I got to episode 3, 4, 5, episode 3 and 4, it's exactly what it was and better.
That's right. Yeah, so a big shout out to Netflix and to the Duffer Brothers, I believe it is, for doing a great job in Volume 1. But as we talked about Harry Potter earlier, please check out the Harry Potter video that's appearing on the screen now and let us know what you think. Thank you.